We are going to have a little lunar flow practice this morning. The moon is waning. It's getting darker each night. So our practice is going to reflect that by taking things a little bit more internal. We'll still move a bit just because we have another class next week to take things really slow. So let's begin laying down on our backside. And we'll start with our right side in a half triple diamond. So we will bring our right foot to the inside of the left leg, take your right arm up over your head, and welcome that half triple diamond into your right side. Let your right hip soften, your right shoulder soften, and then everything else. So your abdominal muscles, your jaw, your scalp, your temples. And notice, okay, I guess before, let's clench some things back up now that we've softened. So like squint your toes and clasp your fingers and like activate all your muscles, squeeze as much as you can, even your jaw, even your eyes, and then relax. And notice the contrast of that action and relaxation, just the difference between them. When we do the waxing part of the lunar cycle, I feel like it's the constricted part. It's the action when we're squeezing and trying and exerting effort. And now this is the part of the cycle after that release where we just kind of get to exhale. We get to switch our focus more to relaxation, regeneration, recuperation. All of those words. So if you notice yourself slipping back into the contraction, the action, the effort, the trying, the yearning, catch yourself and soften back into ease, into rest, into softness. Let's take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then let's switch sides. So we'll bring our left foot, our left arm into a half triple diamond. Before we get into really the softening, let's ball our hands up into fists. Just tuck your toes, squeeze everything, activate your muscles, squeeze, 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 and then relax. And notice that contrast again. It's so big. So let's use that. We'll squeeze and release many times throughout practice today, just so we can pay extra attention to the dynamic between those two forces. And then we can start to recognize which force is pushing our body. And then we could be more deliberate. We can choose. We can say, okay, I've been pushing all morning. It's time to soften. Or maybe I've just been a pile of goo all day. It's time to exert myself a little bit. Relax the muscles around your thighs, around your pelvis, your shoulders. See if softness can bring you any more space in your body to stretch. Even after being here this long, I'm still finding little spots in my shoulders that are contracted. It's hard to be on top of all those little, I think we have over 600 muscles. It's hard to be aware of all of them all the time. So don't put that effort, don't put that on yourself. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. And then let's take both of our arms out to our sides. Bring both of your feet in for a triple diamond. But before we get into the softness, let's constrict a little bit. Lift your feet up off of the ground. So we're engaging our core. Press your belly button towards your organs, towards the floor. So if your low back is popping up, by drawing downward with our belly button, we can seal that gap off between our low back and the floor. Continue to squeeze and clench your fists, make your arms active, get everything engaged, engaged, engaged. And then soften, put your feet on the ground. Take your arms up over your head. Let your shoulders open and relax. Let your hips open and relax. So today we have the sun and the moon both in water signs. This increases our emotional connection, our connection to our emotional selves, our emotional body. And our emotions are one of the things that contracts our muscles. We feel rejected, we have a group of muscles that typically responds. If we feel scared, we have a group of muscles that typically responds. If we want to shrink down and make ourselves smaller, maybe not be seen, maybe not take up so much space, all of these emotions affect our muscles, our physiology. So by paying attention to our physiology, by paying attention to when we are contracting our muscles, when we're in contraction, when we're in effort, we can also start to strengthen our connection to our emotions. We make it a two-part process. We notice, oh my gosh, my jaw is very clenched. What emotion am I feeling? Then we can start to connect our emotions with our parts of our body. And then we get to take care of ourselves in a much more dynamic way. But my goodness, that can be a lot to keep track of. So we practice it on our mat today. Hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to incorporate into our day, into our week, into our month, maybe just even into our year. Stick our arms open into a big wide T. Lift your knees so they point upward towards the ceiling. And then take a couple windshield wipers with your knees. Rock your knees from side to side. Next time your knees fall to the right, let them stay there. And notice what you can feel. Right away, I get some feedback from my low back, from my outer hip, my IT band. It's just letting me know that I have not been using good posture when I'm standing or when I'm sitting. So just be curious about what your body sensation has to tell you. Let's move our knees over to the other side. So I'll drop them down to the left. Notice what you feel first. Maybe it's your low back. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then move your knees back towards center. Let's bring our knees in towards our chest. Use your hands to connect with your knees. Then open both of your knees out wide. Let's take a couple big circles with our knees around our hip sockets. Just encouraging our hip joints to produce a little synovial fluid, a little lubrication for our hip joints today. Change the direction of your circles. Got some fitness bands at Aldi. They had them for super cheap and they were super cute. And holy cow, I used them yesterday and I can feel it. My butt is very sore. Let's come back to center with our knees. And then we're gonna do some abs a little bit. So let's take our arms open wide and then lift up, lift your nose towards your knees, reach forward towards your toes, and then we're gonna extend. Take your legs long, take your arms overhead, head stays off the ground. On your exhale, pull back, knees to nose, fingertips to toes, and then inhale, expand, stretch long. Continue moving with your breath in and out. Let's do at least 10. So I'll be counting. You be breathing. Just move your body in and out with your breath. Slower, more deliberate is better today. We'll do 5 more. 3. Last one. Good, and then spread out. Take your arms overhead, take your legs long. Take some points and flexes with your feet. And then inhale, stretch. Stretch long as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Contract your muscles. Exhale, relax everything downward. Let's bend our knees again. Bring your feet back to the mat. Knees point up to the ceiling. And let me see. Reach your hands down towards your hips and press your hips off the ground. We're going to lift up into a little bridge pose. Make sure that you feel really stable with your feet, with your heels. We don't want too much weight pressing into our heels. We don't want too much weight pressing into our toes. We want the 4 corners of our feet to be equally pressing downward towards the ground. So really squeeze into your glutes, squeeze into your backside, pull your belly button towards your organs, and then lift your left leg, sorry, up to the ceiling. So our right leg is planted, it is rooted, it is so strong. And we're gonna lift and lower our booty up and down with our left leg reaching up to the ceiling. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, use your core, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep your hips up high, but plant your left foot down on the ground. Take a moment to recalibrate. Find your left foot, press into the 4 corners of that left foot, squeeze your glute, and then lift your right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to do our 10 taps. Lower your booty back to the ground, lift it back up. 10 total. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your hips lifted. Plant your right foot back down on the ground. Both feet plant. They are rooted. They are strong. We're going to press back into our right foot. Switch your focus back to the right side. Find all 4 corners of that right foot. Drive them down into the ground. And then just kick your left foot up and down. We're going to tap the toes. Point the toes to the ceiling. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Plant that left foot. Feel that strength in your legs and your glutes. Press down. And we'll switch to the right leg. We'll lift the right leg up and tap. Lift and tap. 8, 7, 6, 5. Continue pressing downward with the left leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Plant both feet. Press downward. Activate your muscles. Engage. And then release your hips down to the ground. Take a couple rocks from side to side. Once again, notice the contrast between the effort and the ease. I want to emphasize that one is not better than the other. But I do think that both are important, just like breathing. The inhale and the exhale. We need both sides of the spectrum. Good, let's come back to center with our knees. And put your hands down by your hips. Lift your feet up to the ceiling. We'll do one more. We're going to bring our right leg down to a hover and just hold really steady. I want you to activate your leg muscles. So you're engaging, you're squeezing, you're pulling your belly button down towards the ground. And then start to pulse your lower leg, your right leg, little baby micro movements up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now big pulses with the right leg all the way up and all the way down. Still really strong with your legs, really strong with your core, and then deliberate with everything else. Not clenching, we're not frowning, we're not squeezing our scalp up into a bunch. Do 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Good. Both legs reach up, then take your left leg down to a hover. Squeeze, hold steady, activate. Wow, everything to be really engaged. And then pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big pulses all the way up, all the way down. Just because we're moving bigger doesn't mean you should lose control over your body. Still be really deliberate. We're not flinging anything like noodles. We are just moving. Let's say 4 more. 3, 2. Awesome. 1 more. Good. Bring your knees towards your heart. Take some rocks, some rolls, some circles, whatever feels good. And bring yourself back to neutral. Let's cross our legs at our ankles and rock up to seated. From our seat, let's come on to hands and knees. From hands and knees, let's take the right leg long so it reaches all the way back towards the back of your mat. Press back into that heel. So we're stretching out our calf, our hamstring, just the whole leg, nice and long. Then pick your toes up and put them down on the left side of your mat. Look around your left shoulder for your heel. Take your focus into your body and notice all the places you can contrast ease with effort. Bring our knees back under our hips. Move through a few rounds of cat and cow. Move with your breath. On the inhale, we look up. On the exhale, we look down. Come back to a neutral spine. Take your left leg back to the wall behind you. Drive back with your heel. Really stretch into your calf, your Achilles. Put those left toes over on the right side of your mat. Look around your right shoulder for your heel and allow your left side body space to open up. Bring yourself back to neutral, knees under your hips, and a few more cats and cows. Back to neutral. Walk your knees wide and then press down for a child's pose. Bring your hips down to your heels. Release your chest towards the floor, your forehead towards the floor, your arms all down towards the ground. And then identify places in your body that are exerting effort to be here. See if you can convince them to just ease up a little bit. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then come up to your tabletop again. Walk your knees in so they're not quite so wide. And notice how your hips are stacked on top of your knees. We're going to move into melting heart, which is basically just child's pose with our hips as they are right now. So start to crawl your hands forward and lower your forearms, your chest, all downward towards the ground with your booty up in the air. Should feel this a lot around, feel it around your chest, around your shoulders, your armpits. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And come up out of melting heart pose. Let's walk your knees together. Press your hips back towards child's pose again. And take a breath here. Let your breath go. On your next inhale, slide forward for cobra. Bring your hips to the floor, chest, shoulders, and lift your body, your chest up. Exhale your way back to child's pose. And move back and forth just like that in a way that feels really good to your body. Next time you're in cobra, pause. And we'll all just meet in a cobra pose. From cobra, look over your right shoulder. And then over your left shoulder. Look back towards neutral. And then come to tabletop and all the way up to standing. So press, or well, standing on your knees. Press your knees downward towards the ground. Take your hands up over your shoulders. Drop your right hand down by your side. Exhale, reach over to the right. Inhale, go back up to the ceiling. And then switch sides. Drop your left hand, lean over to the left. Inhale, reach back for the ceiling. Exhale, earth element, bring your chest forward, reach your arms back, look to the left. Inhale, stand back up tall, reach your fingertips up. And then exhale, other side, press your hips back, your chest forward, look to the right. Inhale, go tall. Exhale, cactus your arms for the air element. Inhale, reach back up for the ceiling. And then exhale, fire, reach your right hand back, twist open. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist the other way, left hand goes back. Inhale, back to the ceiling. And then exhale, child's pose. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale forward, find a cobra. Exhale back, stand up on your knees. Inhale, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, drop your right hand, lean. Inhale, ceiling. Exhale, other side. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, the earth. Take your hips back, forehead down, look to the left. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, earth, look to the right, take your hips back, reach your arms high. Inhale, reach back up for the ceiling. Exhale, cactus your arms, big, airy opening through your chest. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, twist, fire, right hand goes back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra, come forward. Exhale, move your hips back, stand up tall on your knees, move your hands up overhead, breathe in, breathe out, tilt to the water, to the right side. Inhale, reach back up high. Exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, earth, move your booty back, look to the left. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, other side, booty back, look to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open your arms, cactus. Inhale, reach high. Twist open, exhale, fire. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist open the other way, fire. Inhale, center. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra, come forward. Exhale, stand back up on your knees. Breathe in, arms go up high, and tip to the right water. Inhale. Exhale, left side water. Inhale. Exhale, left side earth. Take your hips back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, earth, look to the right. Inhale. Cactus, air. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist open, fire. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, child's pose. Take a couple breaths in this one. Notice any warmth in your body from moving. All of those elements, we need them all, just like we need the inhale, the exhale. Water is feeling. Earth is practicality. Air is intellect. And fire is action. When we are stuck in big feeling states, we need the other elements. We need some earth. We need some practicality. We need some air, some intellect, some thought skill to navigate the situation. And then we need fire to encourage us to take action about what we're facing. So they all work together really beautifully. And that's why I wanted to balance them with our bodies this morning. Let's take a breath in. Take a breath out. Come up to your tabletop position. And then swing your legs around in front of you. Let's take a seat. Take both legs out long. And with an inhale, stretch your spine up really tall. And then with an exhale, fold your chest over your thighs. Let your head be kind of heavy. So hopefully you can feel a little bit of stretch in your neck. Hopefully not too much. Slow and steady, roll your spine back up towards the ceiling. Let's bring our right foot towards the left thigh. So we connect foot and thigh together. Put your left hand down on your left shin. Take your right arm up and over. Big side stretch here, big side body opening. We're not folding straight forward, but rather tipping over to the side. Should feel stuff happening between your ribs on the right side, between your rib cage and your pelvis also. Move back up towards a tall spine. Put your right hand down under your right shoulder. Press into your right hand and your right knee to lift your hips up off the ground. Reach your left fingertips back. Now we're just going to go back and forth. So put your hips back on the ground, left hand, left shin, right arm up and over, and then reverse it. You go at your own pace. Move in a way that honors your own shoulders, your own knee, your own front side. Do one more of the big lift ups. And once you finish that one, then fold your chest down over your front thigh. Oh my goodness, I think the sunrise looks beautiful. All the other apartments look orange outside. I feel like it must be electric tangerine out there. If you can find anything else in your body to let go of, to soften, to ease, remember that difference between contracting and relaxing. Let's bring our spine back up nice and tall. Bend the right knee up to the ceiling so your foot comes down to the floor, and then let's cross right foot over left. We're gonna lift up through our chest, lift up through your spine, and twist to the right. So you can use your left arm to hold your knee in towards your body, or you can use your left arm more like a lever to help you twist open more. So just do what feels good for you. We want to generate some twist through our entire spine, all the way up and all the way down. Okay. And untwist. It is very orange outside. Let's switch sides. So take your legs out long. Tuck your left foot into your right thigh. I wish you could see it a little better. We're gonna start with the side stretch. Right hand comes down, left arm goes up and over. Big reach. And let's go back and forth here to the like fancy ballerina. That's what I'm gonna call it. We'll put our left hand down. Use your left hand and left knee to lift up. And go forward and back. After your hips come back down to the floor, let's fold over the right leg. We'll just give the back of our right thigh a good long stretch, nice and open. Come back to that idea of effort versus ease and see if you can relax your leg muscles anymore just by focusing on ease. Bring your spine back up tall. Bend your left knee so it lifts up. Cross your left foot over and then make your twist to the left. So you can use your arm like a lever, or you can use your arm to hold your body, your leg close to your body. I wish you could see. Oh yeah, it's so pretty. It's doing amazing things up there. Let's untwist, move back to neutral, bring your feet together. Let's inhale, chest up tall, and then exhale, fold your chest forward. Walk your hands in, lift your spine up, and take your, let's see, bend your knees out in front of you. We're gonna cross right ankle over the left knee and just bring our body in a little bit more compact. So we'll slide our seat next or closer to our heel. Bring your chest closer to your shin. You'll get a little bit more sensation in your outer hip on the right side. And let's move from here into a double pigeon. So we'll just stack our shins. If that does not feel good on your knees, you can just cross. You can take an easy seat. However you put your body, we're very slowly gonna hinge forward. So just take your time. These hip stretches are a really good opportunity to practice the, softening, recognizing where there's contraction and seeing if you can just bring a little softness just by thinking about it, just by paying attention. Very slowly start to lift your spine back up. We'll put our feet out in front of us and then take your left ankle over your right knee. Start to scoot your body closer together so we get a little more sensation in the left hip. Continuously scan your focus throughout your body. Notice your lips, if your lips are held really tightly together, or your jaw, or your forehead, maybe your scalp. Sometimes it feels like relaxing is a full-time job. It can require a lot of effort, especially if you get stuck in patterns that are not relaxed. Let's move from this pigeon-like pose into double pigeon. So we can just, wow, this leg's a lot different than the other leg. Notice what you feel in your body. And however, whatever shape your legs are in, just very slowly start to hinge forward from your hips. Try to bring a little softness into this side of your body by just being aware of it. Remember that your body didn't get tight because of one thing, one emotion, or one person. It's taken a lot of practice to get to this point. So give yourself a little grace as you give yourself permission to undo some of those patterns. Slowly start to move your spine back up tall, and then unwind your legs. Bring them back out in front of you. Take a couple rocks side to side. And back to center. Let's make our way all the way down to the ground. So bring your spine, your shoulders, your head, all down to the mat. Let your arms open wide to a big wide T, and then bend your elbows so your fingertips point backward. Spend a couple of moments here just practicing softening those muscles, these muscles across our chest. Our pec major muscles attach at the center, our sternum, they attach at our collarbones, and then they attach at our arm bones. These are the muscles, they get stuck tight, and our shoulders are stuck like rounded forward. And a lot of us just kind of naturally carry ourselves that way. So this is a really big undoing. This is a really big, it can be really hard to relax this part of our body because it's active so much of the time. But do your best. It takes a lot of practice. Stretch out your arms again so they're nice and long. Cross your right leg over your left leg and drop your knees down to the left while your eyes look off to the right. The knees to the other side. It's nice and slow. Take your time. See what there is to feel the difference between your sides, sensations that arise in your body. So I think that exerting effort is just easier than relaxing, even though it can be quite challenging. I wonder if there are people that think the opposite. I'm sure there are. Bring our knees and spine back to neutral. Unwind your legs. Bring your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Lift your nose up and set your body back down. We are going to find a final resting pose. So any shape that your body would like, if there are any stretches that we missed that would feel really good to your body, give yourself time for that. Otherwise, just start to settle into your final resting posture. As you settle in, maybe take a few more squeezes with your hands or your feet. And really remember that difference between effort and ease. See if you can put yourself more on the easy side today. And it can be however you choose. Could be with your social commitments. It could be with work. It could be with your relationships. It could just be with yourself. Big breath in. Take a big breath out. Reach your fingers over your head. Take a big breath in, stretch, stretch, stretch. And a big breath out, relax. Bring a bend into your knees. And then roll to a side. Right side, left side, your choice. Take a moment there just to feel really easy again on purpose. Let's make our way up to our seat after that little seat, that little fetal position. I'll relax shoulders, relax your jaw, close your eyes, connect your hands together at your heart, and let's just pause in a moment of gratitude. I'm so grateful that both of you join me so often for class in the mornings virtually. It means a lot to me. I'm glad that I'm still teaching yoga in some way. So thank you for being here. With all my love and all my gratitude, namaste. Shoot.